I've talked to theater bookers who, saw the trailer and just says, "What the hell is this?" And obviously, the first time I looked at it, when Jessica sent it to me, it was like, "This is great. I love this." I mean, I'm not saying it's going to, be the biggest indie film of all time, but I had a confidence that there was an audience, whether we would, or that if the right audience showed up, that they were going to love it. Having grown up on, Looney Tunes cartoons, and with a small knowledge of some of the early silent, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, and so on and so forth, that, there was a sensibility here that I could grab onto and figure that there was going to be, that I would have fun seeing this movie, from that trailer.
100%.
And then when I heard about the strategy of doing the regional release first, the indie band tour kind of thing, and how it was going to play out, and the fact that you guys were going to come to LA and and have the Beavers wrestling in the auditorium, I thought, all right, we can make this work. We can,
You try to make it hard to say no, or make it easy to say yes, right? In the beginning, that would be advice I would give to filmmakers would be like, if you're just trying to get your movie out in the world, make it as easy as possible for people to say yes, right? I think we also did some targeted advertising for you. I think we even collaborated with your internal marketing team to get some ads up in this, just doing everything we can to put butts in those seats, everything in our power, right? Because theaters, especially indie theaters, are really stretched. They don't have a lot of resources to have a marketing machine like that. That really is on the filmmakers, and I think sometimes they expect theaters to do more, but you guys have a lot going on.
Not just Lemley, because this thing has worked in theaters across the country, both independent theaters and some. I assume you've played some Alamo Draft Houses.
Yep.
But I think the idea of make it easy for people for someone to say yes. So when I'm asked, can we get one night? And let's or 2 nights, and let's see how the ticket sales go, and then expand from there. Then it's like, okay, that's fairly simple. And yet there are other times where people come, well, we want a prize here, so we need, 5 theaters playing, 21 shows over the course of the week, because that's how important our film is. And it's like, oh, I'm glad you think your film is that important, but that's a lot of screen time to demand. And I'm no, I guess sometimes is the answer.
Right.
Anyway.
So I mean, so coming in and doing what you did, I mean, again, and making a good movie is important, but what you've done is you've sort of brought this sort of marketing sensibility to kind of really find a way in. Because I mean, clearly, once your foot's in the door, then the movie speaks for itself. And clearly, you had great confidence in what you had, and it delivered, over and over again. So was once you went to the bar, got drunk, and got sort of won over, were you sort of brought into all of these kind of conversations with sort of the inspirations?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we were looped in the whole time. The cool thing is, as Mike would shoot every night, because he had edited the entire movie on a storyboard, even to the music, I think, down to that level of specificity. Wow. A lot of the music in the movie is library music from DeWolf Music Library, which is a trick that we took from Monty Python used to do that. They put library music, in their movies, and it created this sense of humor. And so Mike just downloaded a lot of that and cut the whole movie on paper. And then every night, when we have footage, he would take the footage in and just put it over, and slowly you could just see the movie coming together. And there was a little iteration, there's a little iteration, you see, okay, this works a little better than that, but it's like this big lump of clay that you're all molding. And so Mike, the best thing about Mike and Ryland is that they have very, very clear vision in their head, but then they're very iterative too. They're very let's try out this. Does this work? Does that work? I don't know. They'll take a whole day just to write one joke. They're very slow and methodical, and it's really lovely to watch. So yeah, as producers, we were welcomed into that whole thing. It was great.
And they went to high school together, is that right?
Yeah. They've been working together since they were in high school, when they made the Whitefish Bay High School orientation video, which is on YouTube. All of their old weird high school stuff is on YouTube, and I highly recommend you go and watch it.